What's up, guys? Big Ape 93 here today to bring you my Dragon Ball Super episode 56 review, and boy was this an episode for the ages. The episode picks up immediately where we left off last week with the resistance soldiers firing the blast at Goku, and Trunks immediately jumps in and slices all the blasts up in a really cool sequence. The two soldiers are confused as to what just happened, and Trunks explains that that's not Black and that he can't really explain who he is or why he looks like Black. Which is okay, because then we get into the part where Trunks finds out Mai's alive, because the two soldiers say, oh, this must be the help that Trunks brought back from the past, and Trunks is thinking to himself only himself, Mai, and his mom knew about that. Trunks asks them how they found out about that, to which they tell him Mai told him, and he's shocked to find out that Mai's still alive, and they go take Trunks, Goku, and Vegeta to the new resistance base. We then get a flashback of everything that was going on in the future, more or less, while Trunks was in the past, and during that we find out that Black attacked the previous resistance base and they could only save so many people, and that's what's left at the new base. And it's pretty shocking, because we get the scene after that and it shows like there's almost nobody left. After that, however, we get this little cute sequence where this little girl sees Goku and thinks he's Black. I'm assuming that's what was going on, as she runs to her brother. Then Trunks goes to see both of them, and we get this little like serious sequence that's going on, and after that Trunks makes a funny face and they all start laughing. After which Trunks tells Mai, he says these are the faces you're fighting for, the smiles, the laughter, more or less, and that's basically their motivation to defeat Black. Immediately after this we get a really good scene that showcases just how far Vegeta has come along as a good guy since the first time we saw him all the way back in the Saiyan saga. Vegeta tells everyone to clear some space, and Goku and Trunks are also confused as to what's going on, and he throws this capsule, and inside of it was this just enormous amount of food that Bulma had prepared for him to give to them. And the fact that he did it just shows how far he's come, that he actually cares about something. And we get in this next scene. It's a little interesting, because for those of you that were wondering in last week's preview why someone that looked like Yajirobe was there when he clearly was told to have been killed by the androids, we get the answer to that, as Yajirobe tells Goku and the others that during the battle with the androids that they had when he was badly injured, Korin gave Yajirobe the last senzu bean that he had, and doing that he told him not to worry about him and that he needs to be the one to live. Go figure. So we get past that, and in true Dragon Ball fashion, before they go to find Black to engage in the fight, they solve things the true Dragon Ball way with a game of rock, paper, scissors to decide who's gonna fight Black first. And in a really shocking turn of events, Vegeta actually wins for once. And before they fly off to go find Black, Trunks says to Vegeta, he says, let me help in this fight, it's my world, I need to be involved in this. And Vegeta tells him no, he doesn't need to be involved in this at this time because he has Mai to look after, to which they both say, well, this isn't that type of relationship. But in Dragon Ball, we know how that goes. It's gonna be a thing, probably. And one last thing before they do fly off to fight Black, it's something that Vegeta said to Trunks that really has me interested, and I think not to read into it too much, but it could mean that the arc's going to last a lot longer than we thought, because he told Trunks at a minimum, if the battle goes for the worst, that him and Mai are to take the time machine back to the present. So they fly off to go find where Black is, and then we cut to a scene where Black is overlooking this ruined city, and while he's doing that, he's talking about how the utopia is almost complete, so this is definitely in line with Zamasu's goals and ideas. So they fire a blast to get Black's attention, and he flies over there immediately, and he's talking about how he thought he destroyed the time machine. Vegeta transforms into Super Saiyan Blue, and he says, "There's one thing you need to know, that this Super Saiyan Blue will bury you." So I guess when the Z Fighters aren't too busy, they must be really good friends with Triple H, because he's the master of burying things. Anyway, it was a little fun for you wrestling fans, but back to the review. And there's one thing of note here that I'd like to point out, and everyone else that's reviewed this has also been pointing it out, and it's the fact that Trunks notes that Black doesn't seem to be fazed by the Super Saiyan Blue transformation, almost as maybe he's seen it before somewhere. So Vegeta just basically charges at Black after everything else that's going on, and they're just flying through buildings left and right, and Vegeta's got Black on the ropes, and Black's just no-selling this like crazy, and he grins, and Vegeta backs off. Black then counters with a kick, and then he goes and he comments and he says, "Oh, you guys have come far for just being mortals." And so he says, "As a reward, allow me to show you something great." So Black starts powering up, and everyone's wondering what's going on, and he finally transforms into a Super Saiyan, or his version of it, as he puts, if I were to put this into your terms, I guess we could call it Super Saiyan Rosé, or has the more fun English version, which everyone has been calling it Super Saiyan Rose. So after we get the Super Saiyan Rose transformation, the battle takes a huge turn as Vegeta is having trouble keeping up with Black. So they keep on fighting, and for a split second Vegeta catches Black off guard, or it appears that way. Vegeta charges at Black one last time, and Black is just grinning, and he fires this sword type thing that comes from his hand, very similar to the blade Vegito used on Boo, and he pierces Vegeta with it. Vegeta is shocked by this as he coughs up blood, and when Black pulls it out, Vegeta transforms into his normal state and just falls to the ground. And then after this, we cut back over to Trunks and Goku's just like, "Get out of the way, Trunks. This is time for me to step in." So Goku transforms into his Super Saiyan Blue state and begins fighting with Black. And they fight for a bit, and just as it looks like Black is about to deliver the final blow, the heavens open up, and slowly descending down comes Zamasu. And he tells Black that you said I was going to be the one that would finish off Goku, so we'll have to wait and see what that's all about. And that's about all we have for this week's episode, as we cut to the ending after that. And as far as the preview goes, it looks like next week we're going to get the rest of Black versus Goku in that rematch, and Zamasu versus Trunks. This was probably one of the best episodes we've had in a long time. But there's a few things we still aren't for sure on, and that's the real connection between Black and Zamasu, and if the Zamasu that appeared is the future version or the one from the past. Unless we get anything super concrete before the next episode, I'm going to say that it is probably the future version, because the present version was still using the time ring, and he had just got back with his master, and that was the first time he had seemingly used the time rings. But that's all I have for you guys this week, so let me know in the comments below, did you enjoy this episode, and what do you think the real connection between Black and Zamasu is? And as always, thank you guys for watching, and if you liked what you saw here today, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you want to keep up with everything else anime, geek, and wrestling related that I keep up with. And if you want to keep up with everything else, you can follow me on Twitter, or you can like my Facebook page. And as always, you guys have a wonderful day.